Hello everybody and welcome back to Waffles RC. This is a video of me taking the truck out for the first time. I know there's a lot of videos out there of people just driving their RCs, so I thought I'd do a voiceover, kind of walk you through what parts I used, including the body, axles, shocks, coilovers, whatever you want to call them, my sticker. So I'll walk you through all that. So first off, the body that I decided to go with because it matches my truck. It's a Team Associated Night Runner body. It's basically a Toyota Tacoma, which is exactly like mine. The kit that comes with the body is actually really cool. As you can see, it has the snorkel, the front grille, windshield wipers, and then there's other stuff that it came with that I did not put on, which would be mirrors, door handles. It's actually a really cool kit. I did not put them on because, as you'll see throughout this video, I tend to break mirrors off of vehicles, so I just don't put them on anymore. But if you want to go for a scale build, the kit that comes with the truck is actually really good. So the axles that I chose to go with for this truck are basically SCX 10.3 axles, or if you look them up on Amazon, which is where I got these ones, you can type in AR45s. Chose to go with these ones just because they did look a little bit more scale, with the front pumpkin being offset a little bit after I put a steering servo on the axle, of course. But they're actually a very nice axle for scale builds if that's what you choose to do when it comes to building these things. As you can see right there, obviously I'm not very scared of crashing the body into things even though it's a brand new build. The whole point of these trucks, in my opinion, is to take them out and use them. They're going to get scratched, they're going to get bent, paint's going to chip off, especially when you use regular spray paint like I do, which I shouldn't, but I do. I like to use the regular spray paint for a couple of reasons. One, I get more for the money. Two, it's cheaper. Three, it's just going to chip off because, as you can tell, I drive my vehicles a little bit harder than most other people. So I want them to be durable, and worst come to worst, I'll just take them off and paint them again. For this truck, this was my piece together one. It's all parts just bought off of Amazon, frame, all that stuff. This one is actually a very good little truck. It's kind of spazzy. The throttle is very sensitive on it. This truck has AR44-ish axles. They are not actual name brand axles, they are off of Amazon. And they've been holding up pretty good, except for the little skid plates that are on them that fall off, but I kind of beat this thing up, and well, so does my wife. That's her truck that she drives quite often when she does actually come out and play toy cars with me. The hardest part about taking multiple cars out, at least for me, is that I only have one controller. Saving up to get at least two more, so that way I can get better videos of all of them together instead of just one at a time. And it's stuck. And this was a fun attempt to try and pull it out, but guess what? Cheap chain just breaks. This I do just because it's funny, like in the beginning of the video. I don't mind if the bodies get scratched. They're gonna get scratched when I take them out, so once the band-aid's ripped off and you get the first scratch on it, it's kind of fair game, honestly. Until it falls off, of course. Now, for those who are wondering why I build my frames out of metal, there's a couple reasons behind it. One, my wallet can afford it. Two, I like it to be heavy because I like to do stuff like this, going through the water. With a super light RC, you're not going to be able to go upstream through the water with everything pushing against you. Now, these tires are actually doing pretty well, which I am genuinely surprised at because they were brand new and, well, they were $26. So I'm surprised they're doing as well as they did on that day. So I started going over here thinking, oh, that would be a really fun rock to go climb over, until I realized, oh, if I get stuck or roll, I can't get across the water. So we just back up. See, this is a prime example of why you can't take these things too seriously. It's just fun. Yeah, you're gonna crash them. They're gonna get scratched. Doesn't really matter. Just flip them back over, get going. The current in the water was actually pretty strong, so this thing was fighting pretty good to try and get up this stream. I would say river, but it's a stream. But these tires are actually performing very well. I chose these tires because they were very affordable, and they were the size and kind of the style that I was looking for to somewhat match my truck, even though I know that my truck is IFS and this is a big solid axle. But hey, we can all have our dreams about what we want to do to our real vehicles and just live vicariously through the little ones.
Camera's not waterproof.
I'm sure most everybody would know, but for those who don't, if you're going to do water crossings and go through water, stuff like this, you want to make sure that every piece of electrical equipment that you have on the vehicle is waterproof. The servo, the motor, everything electrical on this thing is waterproof. You want to do that and still take precautions on every other part of the vehicle if you're going to play in the water, like making sure you have waterproof grease and everything. You also want to make sure with your tires, if they have breather holes, to take the foam out and put some tape on the inside of the tire to keep water from getting in. Or if you have the breather holes in the wheels, you want to put tape over those so that way water doesn't get in and just destroy the foam. I have checked all the tires on all my trucks to make sure that everything is plugged up or that they don't have the breather holes. So that way the foams will last a lot longer in these things, especially when you go through water. So this part right here was just fun because it's actually really deep, and this is where having a heavy vehicle pays off. You also want to drill holes in the top of the body, whether it's in the roof or the back window, front window, so that way you can get air out as the water comes up. If you don't do that, then the body will basically make it float, and then it'll just tip over. So these rocks right here have a lot of dry moss on them, so it was really hard getting grip. And as you can see, I'm not scared to show you guys that these things roll over. I really don't mind showing the weaknesses in my vehicles. Everybody has their own weaknesses in each one of their vehicles, and mine are top heavy. And I know that they're top heavy, so I just keep going with it. So coming up here, you're going to see another reason, and hear another reason of why I build my trucks as sturdy as I do.
Driver. Hold on. Back tire out of that. Driver type. Driver. Back up. Passenger.
This is why you have to build your truck so sturdy for your whole life.
That's right, everybody. You heard it here first. We put the first big crash into this thing. But you know what? That's why I build them like this. I don't purposely go out of my way to try and crash these things, but you know, when they do crash, it is what it is. Flip it back over on its wheels and keep going along. So this is why I say this little truck is one of my most capable ones. This thing is just unstoppable. Roll it over on its side, it'll get itself back up. It's just a very, very capable truck, and I'm so happy with how it turned out.
Tacoma or Sidewinder?
Another thing I love about this little truck is just how well it flexes. So this one has the steering servo mounted up on the frame, so it's got a track bar, panhard bar, whichever way you want to call it. Steering servo's up on the frame, but the articulation of this thing is just really good. I like articulation. I used to build four-wheel drive trucks, real ones, big ones. And with full-size trucks, you want to have as much articulation as you can so that way you can keep tires on the ground. So that's why mine flex so much. Oh look, it crashed into the brand new truck. Carry on. It was so ashamed of itself that I decided to go in to do this. Not because I didn't realize how deep it was right there. And then I had to go in there and get it. Another thing also to note is when these things are in water, you want to have the antenna for your receiver as high as possible, because once the antenna goes under the water, you lose the signal. So when that thing flipped upside down just back there, I'd lost the signal, so I had to go get it. But then I just flipped it over, antenna was back out of the water, and it was able to drive right out.
Working at the car wash.
So if you made it this far into the video, I want to hear in the comments about your guys' builds. I want to see pictures if you have them. I want to see the weird ones, the ones that are just out there, because I feel like a lot of people follow me and this channel because I'm not doing your stereotypical builds. We're doing handmade frames, piecing it all together, just making something that works. And I want to see in the comments what you guys have. And here's the little version driving up to the big version. Just trying to get home. I was trying to flex it out here, but as you'll be able to see in a second, didn't really go as planned. So I just wanted to thank everybody again for watching these videos, subscribing. It's just incredible how much this channel has grown. And I want to thank everybody for everything that you have said, commented, for subscribing. You guys are all absolutely awesome, and I hope you all stick around. So from Waffles RC, hope you guys have a good day or evening. Get your RCs out there and go have some fun.